Those of you watching on YouTube, Kate, you
Hi.
can cut this out of the audio. Hi, we have done our intro already. We forgot to press record and we are doing some housekeeping, but today's episode is going to be all ins and outs for the new year. Just a little quick bonus for
what
you.
needs to go? What can we make more space for? And something that you find in your self-study practice that like we talk a lot about is like it's all great to like start saying no. Like no is a great thing to bring in as a full sentence to your vocabulary. And where there's a no, there's also a yes to something else. And the same goes in the opposite direction. So maybe if you're trying to say yes to more things, it's like there also is going to be a no somewhere. So that's what we're talking about today, just like the ins and outs of, for 2023. Ins and out feels like what people are doing these days.
Okay, back to housekeeping.
Okay. So your sweatshirt, you need to get a sweatshirt in the You're Doing Great shop.
We actually have a cute new one that we have on the way for us that maybe you'll see next time. And it's like a beige, a Duality Project beige. And It has the cutest little critter on the chest.
Like a fluffy little kitten.
Like a cat that has not been groomed its whole life. It's just so floofy. And it says, "Stay soft."
This will be our second version of a Stay Soft sweatshirt. Our last one was, what do you think? 2017?
Yeah, probably 2017.
Like, it's like what I'm not understanding is that it's on Do Not Disturb. So why am I hearing anything?
It's okay. What kind of notification is it?
Taylor's texting me.
He might be on your special people list or something.
Oh my God.
Leave me alone.
A little bit of a hard time today. Yeah, I don't know what to do though, because I'm on it's on Do Not Disturb. People, none allowed.
Okay.
So the first version of this sweatshirt we did in like 2017. And we had it for people who came to the heartfelt retreats that we were doing at the time. And Ruby's mom was so funny when she saw it. She goes, "Why would I have to stay soft?" And we were like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "I'm trying to stay hard."
And I think she still feels that way.
I think she still feels that way. And like, honestly, I resonate a little bit with what she's saying because like, I feel like I've been like invited to soften by people who like I don't feel safe being soft with. Like normally when somebody is telling me like soften, I'm like, actually this is not a safe place or a good time for me to soften. So I have really had like I've had a real relationship with this word soft. Because the people who ask for me to soften are generally, there's generally a thing inside of me that says like, yeah, this is not a safe place and you don't actually have to do that. So, yeah, like I'm not going to just like soften into like a puddle of mush for someone else to kind of like take advantage of. No, thank you.
Well, and not softening as bypassing. Right. And I think how it gets used is it's like, soften up. And it's like, I actually have some rage here, so I won't be softening for a minute.
We're going to be doing something about this. And for to me, like, to me, the idea of like, stay soft is like, soften into those like ooey gooey goodness parts of like yourself so that you can experience what that is. And so that the people who you do feel safe with and who you do love and who by their behavior and their actions in your relationship with them, you feel as though with them you can soften.
So get into the You're Doing Great shop and buy your reminder. It's on a sweatshirt. It's also in our sticker pack, which is so cute.
It is so cute. Okay, we've decided to do something wild, like a very Ruby and Kate thing. We are opening up an entire additional cohort of the self-study program due to popular demand.
And so just to recap, currently our 3 cohorts are for 20-somethings, for parents, and for helping professionals. And we have gotten some, feedback and demand for what about everybody else? Or like, if I don't fall into one of those categories, but I'm interested in doing it. And so we're opening the 4th cohort, the self-study program for all y'all.
All 4 of the cohorts start in March. You can get online to see what days they all are. Like the schedule for everybody is already online. So yeah, if you don't feel like you fall into the parents category, which by the way, let's talk about the parents one for a second. We had a question come up from an applicant that was like, I don't really think I want to take like a parenting course. And we were like, oh, well, this isn't at all a parenting course. This is your self-study practice alongside other parents. And we decided to have that one because we were asked for that one by another participant who did the self-study program in 2020. And she was like, this was great. I think I might have been the only parent though. And I think I would have felt like super supportive if I had been doing that work alongside other people who were, say, like trying to figure out how to not explode at their kids when they get mad, like whatever. So that's how the parent one works. And so it's not like a parenting course. And then the other thing is that it's designed for both parents to come to, if there are 2 parents.
And while that is not required in order to join, it's just really highly encouraged, because if you're a parent and you have a parenting partnership, you know how important it feels to have that extra support.
Truly. And also to be on the same page. Like, what are we doing as far as parenting goes? How are we being parents?
How are we being people? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How are we being people that our children are mimicking?
Yep. And then we decided to do something fun for the 20-something crowd. This is the most Kate and Ruby podcast episode ever, I feel like, because we're basically like, okay, so we've decided to change up some things because we decided we need to. So, okay, Ruby, do you want to tell about 20-somethings?
For sure. So for the 20-somethings cohort, something we know is that when we were in our 20s, we could have used a group of like-minded people. Thankfully, we had each other, which was awesome. And this work. So we're bringing this work to you as a 20-something. And we also know that when you're in your 20s, you're just trying to figure stuff out, including your budgets, including your friendships, like all of these layers of figuring out. And so we know that we got so much support from each other in our 20s, and we want you to be able to get support alongside of your buddy, your closest friend, in and through the self-study program. So this is just so exciting. If you and a buddy sign up and both apply and sign up to do the self-study program together, you both get 50% off. So it's like a 2 for the price of the 1. So cool.
BOGO. Buy one, get one.
BOGO, upgrade your life.
Totally. Absolutely, yes. So the idea is like, if you're like, oh my God, I don't know, I need to apply for this. Yeah, apply with a buddy. And then y'all will do it together. And that's the other big thing about like being in your 20s is like, finding people alongside you to be in this work. And so like you get, you'll meet the other people in the program for sure. So it doesn't have to be somebody who's like your bestie, but they might become.
Totally.
That could be fun.
Wow. I love it. So exciting.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, all you have to do is apply for the self-study program. And when you have your like discovery call with us, let us know, like, this is my buddy and they also applied and we are doing this together.
Yep. How fun.
Okay. And then something else really exciting. We're moving on from the self-study program into the next most exciting thing that we are launching this week as we record the podcast, mid-January. And that is, drum roll,
Heartland.
Yeah.
Heartland is like our virtual online community space. You get a free 7-day trial. It's $7 a month. We'll post like journal prompts in there. There will be community in there. We'll have
I'll give you let me give you this.
workshops.
Yeah, let me give you some of the like specifics of what you're gonna get from it. And yeah, let me give you some specifics. 24/7 access on your desktop. And then also there is an app that you can access the community to, which is so cool. We are also in there. So you're going to get more touch bases from and with us. We're available via DM. So if you have like a question about something, we're there. Daily diary, which is a virtual journal that my husband has helped us put together. And through the community, you log into your journal like you're unlocking your diary, and then you do it like your log for the day, and then it saves them all. And so just really cool and exciting. I love that part of it.
We'll do talk more about that. There's like the cool thing about that is the way that like you there's like it's a great way to get really clear on your feelings and needs. So a lot of the prompts are basically like multiple choice. And so it's basically like select all that apply. And so a great thing to do is you wake up, you have a glass of water. If you're having your coffee or tea or whatever, it'll take you 5 minutes, sit down, click all that apply so that you have a good idea of where you're at every single day.
Yeah. And so like you can, I love that you helped me slow down to explain this further. Feelings and needs
inventory. The daily journal is very cool.
Feelings and needs inventory at your fingertips, right? So you just, like Kate said, you click and choose, select the ones, then like, what do I need? And then there's a space for gratitude, and there's a space for like, how can I meet one of these needs today? And so I just know that for me personally, this journaling practice on my own has been the most transformative journaling practice I'm going to say that I've ever done. And we have put it in a way into this daily diary that is accessible and easy and like right there at your fingertips. And also that you can like pull up old logs without having to go find 3 journals ago, because it's all a la cloud or whatever.
A la cloud. Okay. Yeah, totally. So what else?
So also in Heartland, weekly discussion prompts. We'll be having like some self-study hours. So like literally like time where we like log on a meetup just so that we're all accountable to our self-study practices. So like our journaling or our reading or like whatever it is you're working on. So it's not even a time to like be doing, it's more just like a space to meet up and do your self-study. Monthly heart work exercises, self-study podcast bonuses, quarterly workshops, movement series quarterly, and you get special discounts to all of our programs, our resources, and the You're Doing Great store for $7 a month.
Totally. So one of the first movement things that you'll get is an entire course that is called Body Awareness and Strength Training. So it's something that will give you more access to understanding your body. And it's something that like, if you're kind of starting to try out maybe like a gym routine, this is a great thing to accompany that.
So get in there. You can go ahead and sign up. You get your first 7 days free. We are going to have an intention setting workshop. So our first workshop that we will host in Heartland will be on January 23rd. So go ahead and get in there, get acquainted, sign up for the workshop, and we'll see you there.
Perfect. And if you haven't already, it's time to get your copy of the My Self-Study Practice guided workbook and journal. Look at this, Angel.
200 pages of goodness.
Yummy, really impactful goodness. And you know what is in there in this written format is the feelings and needs inventory. So it's never too soon or too late to start figuring out how you feel and what you need.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. What's your word of the year, Ruby? Okay,
so my word for the year is abundance. Abundance. Wow. I know. And I really love, I follow someone who has been like putting things in symbols. And so I invited Kate to do that with me too. And I really love all of the symbols that I have along with my word. 2023,
I like
abundance.
How you're using symbols to mean emojis.
Yes, icons.
Icon.
I really, and I'm just like a few that are on my list: the bow and arrow, the lemon, the teddy bear, the magic wand, obviously the flying money, the piece of cake.
Obviously.
And then I have a little note like, I have enough time, talents, energy, attention, love, support, care, money, purpose, curiosity, and leisure to go around to sustain me and those I love, to chase my dreams fervently and vivaciously.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Abundance 2023.
Yes. Abundance 2023.
I'm wanting to like do a rock on symbol. Like, bring it on.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your word of
well,
the year?
My word of the year is clarity, and it is capitalized, and part of the word is also that like 3-star emoji, like clarity in a bright, shining, clear kind of way. And some of the emojis that I picked out, mine go in 3 little parts, so they happened in 3 sections. And when Ruby was like, okay, but pick out some emojis, what she said was just like, this is what I just did. I just scrolled through them, and like the ones that I was like, that's one of them.
Totally.
That is how I picked them. So it wasn't like, oh, what does that mean? And what are the emojis that go along with it? None of that. It was just like, this is here. And so like the bubbles I like, the disco ball I like, a lot of them were in around cleaning. So like quite a few cleaning ones. And then one that I've used quite a bit from after picking it out is the mirror one. Because like when I picked the mirror, I like picked it and then I took it off because I was kind of like, what's the deal with that? But then I was like, actually, that's not the exercise. Pick the emoji and leave it. And so now I'm like, clarity is like is a mirror of me. Like what is happening around me is a mirror of what is going on with me. So like allow the messes in the room to be a mirror. Allow my silence within a relationship to be a mirror. Allow my laughter and joy and humor and weirdness to be a mirror, so really loving the mirror.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think like what you did is like such a great way to pick them out, right? Because like the point is that our brains really like symbols and pictures, and then to like see which ones stand out, and then you have that as like a reminder without having to do the mental rigor of like the word and what that means, because like language is so important. Language is an incredible tool, and sometimes it gets in the way of like our heart stuff, and so pictures feel a little more like heart led.
Yeah, they feel some kind of way.
Yeah, they have a feeling for sure.
Yeah. Fun.
Okay, you want to get into our ins and outs? Yeah, really totally
do. All right, here's what's in 2023. Your self-study practice. Obviously. And just self-study as like a general thing. And what self-study means is like turning inwards and figuring out, paying attention to who you are and what's going on. So what's out is self-improvement. There's this whole thing, like so many of my clients are people who are like, I want to fix this thing about me. And I'm like, that's because we have this like culture of self-improvement that says like, you're broken, you're busted, you got to fix it because you're not doing it right.
And so, that improvement is a measure of success. Versus and like looking inward and going deeper. That's what self-study gives us.
Totally. Just more information to do with what we will. But like self-improvement says that like, yeah, you always have to be getting better. And like, my question is like, according to whom? Who judges that I'm getting better?
Which leads to the next in and out. Believe in yourself is in.
Absolutely, yes.
And shoulding all over the place is just so 1999.
And it's like the judgment. Shoulding is judgment. And that is 1999. Like that is your parents, come on, stop. Like give it a rest, because it doesn't serve you or anybody else. It doesn't feel good in your relationships or your friendships or your own body. Wow, we like this one a lot. In is pleasure. And the emoji that we put next to that one is a dolphin, because did you know that female dolphins have, what I Googled after this is they have the largest clitoris of all mammals. And so sometimes they like to experience pleasure. And so dolphins have sex for pleasure. And I love that. And here's what's out is performing or faking pleasure. Fuck that. No. 1999. Next.
Clarity is in, and that includes the little 3-star magic emoji. And gaslighting is out. You know, Brene Brown says clear is kind and unclear is unkind. And clarity is how we build better relationships.
Yes.
So I was like lining it up, but I just did it from the wrong place. You see what I mean? Like that needs to go down on my page. Is it not like that on yours? We'll just leave it. Go ahead.
It's not like that on mine. Okay.
That's fine.
Up next, boundaries. Boundaries are in 2023. Boundaries are so in. And let's be clear about what boundaries are and what they are not. In order to get clear on that, you're welcome to listen to the Boundaries podcast. That's all about boundaries. But boundaries are not always just like fucking chopping somebody out of your life and like calling it a day. That's not, and sometimes it is. So like listen to the Boundaries podcast to learn more about the nuance of what boundaries are. But boundaries are in 2023. And what's out is people pleasing. And what we mean by people pleasing is not that instinctual part of you that says, hey, making the people around me happy and well, that's a good thing. But bending over backwards and like contorting myself into a shape that I don't recognize in order to make the other people happy, and that I know that I now no longer have any clue who I am or what I need, that's out.
Well-being is in and wellness culture is out. And I think we all know the difference, but well-being is like the sense that you have in yourself of like, I am well. You know, like the categories in my life are being taken care of. My life is dynamic. And I have the tools and the skills and the resources and the preferences to take care of myself in a really good way. And wellness culture is all the other bullshit. It goes along with shoulding. It's like, what like the self-care movement. Obviously, we are fans of taking care of yourself and self-care in that way. But you know what we mean. I don't have to say anything else about that.
Self-care, like as an aesthetic.
Yeah.
That other people, like wellness culture says other people can judge what is well and what is not. But that's only for you to
out.
Do. That's out. That's totally out. Speaking of that, lots of sleep is in. Naps in. And also just like generally feeling rested is in. Also, we have an entire podcast about rest. So you can listen to that for more nuance on rest. Burnout is out.
We can't be doing
it. We can't be doing it. 2020 showed us like what burnout is, and we can't be doing it. We cannot go back.
Respect is in.
Absolutely.
And blame is out.
I had a boss one time who told me that nobody wins the blame game. And I didn't get what that meant at first, because I was like, yeah, well, definitely though, this is your fault. So what? And he was like, and nobody wins the blame game. So like, I didn't feel good. He didn't feel good. And honestly, we never solved the problem. So yeah, fuck the blame game. That's out. Okay. Co-creative, that is in. There's space for everybody. We get to create something new. That's incredible. Codependent is out. And there's a difference between depending on each other, interdependence, and there's a difference between like literally codependent.
There's a book called Codependent No More that's really great if you have like curiosity about like more of like what is codependent. But the short version, right, is like codependency is when like your behavior is contingent upon someone else's behavior or feelings or attitude or outburst or whatever. And so it is like this, it is because of this, then this, as opposed to we're both here together navigating and like I get to have feelings and you get to have feelings and we can work through life together.
Totally.
Okay. Ritual is in, routine is out. Ritual, the reason that this feels like so important as a discrepancy is like ritual is like the magic of life, right? And so like if I can bring a little bit of ritual or magic into making my bed, into my movement practices, into even in the way that I like connected my relationships, then that automatically, wow, the words that want to come are just like way woo woo, but it's like higher vibe than than routine. And like routine, what I'm saying here is like use your ritual as a new way of expressing maybe what routine stands for. Because like routine to me in my life has been like, if I don't check off all the boxes of the things that make me a good person today, then I have like failed. And if I don't do my routine, then I'm not doing good enough. And so that's just like out. We can't be doing that. No time.
Routine kind of feels like willpower to me.
Yeah.
And like that's not what's going to get us through. Willpower. I mean, yeah, sometimes you just gotta
sometimes
do it, but also ritual helps you just do things sometimes. But routine sometimes just forces you to do it. And there's a really different energy between something that supports you in getting something done versus something that feels forced.
You know, we like to say like things on purpose and enjoy, and the ritual allows the enjoyment to come into the on purposeness.
Yeah. Ruby, I want to check in with your time.
I can go a few more. I can get through this list.
Okay.
But we got to just do it.
We do it. Okay. Okay. Here's what's in curiosity. Curiosity says like, oh, what is this? Curiosity asks questions. Curiosity kind of feels like open and sexy, you know? Ooh,
Yeah.
Yes. I love it when somebody feels really curious about me. That feels like so intriguing and lovely to me. What's out is judgment. Like you already know. Like, okay, well, good day.
Bye.
Bye. You're out.
Accountability is in. Entitlement is out.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to do a whole episode on this one.
Okay. Yeah. Totally.
We got to make a note. I think we need to talk about accountability and entitlement and the difference, like what, the different way of being with it. So
yeah,
coming for you soon.
Coming up. And because there's something that's accountability is in line with your personal values. Entitlement just says I should get to do what the fuck I want all the time. Anyways. All right. Okay. Here's what's in. Fun. Here's what's out. Trying too hard. Over efforting. Ew. No, that leads to burnout. And when you remember, we don't do that anymore.
Which leaves a lot more room for what is in, which is self-expression.
Yeah.
And self-censorship is out. It's time to just like really step into your own quirks and weirdness, honestly.
Totally.
I recently learned that the origin of the word weird and like weirdo is one who takes charge of their own destiny. So self-express the fuck out of 2023.
We wanted to call the fourth cohort of the self-study practice we wanted to like name it like for weirdos, but because that has such like a negative connotation in our world, we like shied away from it a little bit. And so then we used all y'all, which we like a lot. And that feels like expressive for us too. And also like, yeah, explore the idea of your weirdness. Okay, here's what's in abundance. And what's out is this idea of like not enoughness. And at the same time, not enoughness and too muchness are the two different sides of the same coin, which is all just like I'm just not good. It ain't it is what that is. And that's out.
And we have the cake emoji next to abundance, but I can't believe that we don't have in is cake and out is crumbs. But that is literally it.
Okay, well, in is cake and out is crumbs. We have it now.
That's
also truly it.
Yeah, that's truly it. Also, becoming is in and perfecting is out.
Yep. Perfecting feels like restrictive and becoming feels like so open and like a fucking flower blooming. Incredible. What's in is humanness. What's out is selfishness. So humanness says like we're all human beings here on this earth, on this planet, and there's a nature to us. Selfishness says there's not enough for me, there's not enough for anybody else, and also that it's all about me. But the nature of humanness actually says it's all about us.
In is vibe and out is curated. And, obviously this makes me think about like socials immediately. And it's just like, I'm tired of, we're all tired of not even like, I don't even know, are any of us even trying to like curate our lives actually, but like, I'm tired of seeing it portrayed, So
Same.
It's just like,
I am too. I know, right?
The vibe. It's like create a vibe in your life, like live into the vibe, let it be a vibe, and give up the need again for it to like be perfect or curated or some sort of like meeting of the standard. And that's also why you should join Heartland. Stop doom scrolling and join Heartland.
Totally. Journal some more instead. Yeah, like vibe is how does it feel and curated is how does it look. And those two things are not it. Or how does it feel is it, but how does it
Yeah.
look is not it. Yeah, totally. In candles, out overhead lighting. Just the harshness, the harshness is out.
We are soft and gentle and creating the
Yeah.
ritual, the vibe, all of it.
Yep. And also candles can burn you. So like you're
Oh,
not soft like a
love
pushover
that.
soft. You are like fierce and strong soft, you know?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Nuance is in, binary is out.
Mhm.
And this one is like, of course, duh, it's 2023. We get it. Binary is out. And this is an invitation, I feel like, to like look in your life. And I say this for myself too, about like, okay, where though am I like strict with myself, or where do I like only let myself have two options, and why and where and how can I lean into the nuance that's
Mhm.
available? And what does
Yeah,
that
and
give
I
me? More of a vibe.
totally more vibe. Yes. And even like nuance to me says like unlimited. And, and this is just something to like think about, but like, did your binary way of thinking, so maybe you learned about some ways in which you had a binary way of thinking, did that just turn into maybe now that instead of there being two options, now maybe there's only four? So like
Mm,
nuance still, it's like four is kind of still the binary. Like I get that quadary, but nuance is anything and everything is possible.
mm. And that's our big long list of ins and outs for the year. For us, for you, for our community. This is what we're creating together. The work that we do for ourselves is the work that we do in the world, and
Yeah.
it really matters.
So let's do more of the things that are in and less of the things that are out. And then let's next year make a whole new list.
And get the people in
See
your
how
life
what
on
shifts.
board with you. Yeah, get the people with your life on board so that you have the mirror in your life of
Mhm.
accountability to help you both lean in.
Yeah. The self study program gives you the skills and techniques to explore your feelings, identify your needs, set boundaries, and communicate clearly and compassionately so that who you are aligns with how you show up.
The self study program offers a container for inquiry and self discovery. It's a place for you to land. When you give yourself a framework for accountability, you open yourself to the possibilities that are awaiting you.
The self study program is a group coaching curriculum that fosters autonomy, yes, and thinking, and meaningful connection. We do it together as a reminder that we are not alone.
Wow, I really loved doing this episode.
Me too.
Kate, I have so much fun with you.
I do too. I want us to do our May You Bees, and also I want us to pick from the in list. I'll go and then you go and then I'll go and then you
Okay,
go. Okay.
yes.
May you be curious.
May you be full of ritual,
May you be human.
and may you be clear.
Hmm. Have a great day.
See you soon. Bye.